It's rolling now. Get situated. Let's get going. Very good. Greetings. My name, Valentino King. I am the president and founder of Lionheart Promotions, and today I will be conducting a very, very special and personal interview that's very, very special and personal to me, I must say. But I want all of you to get an idea of who this great individual is. We're going to get up close and personal with a gentleman born in Newark, New Jersey, 1961. He started training at the tender age of 7. Actually 5, but actually started officially training at the age of 7. He received his black belt at the age of 10 and now dons a 7th degree black belt. He initially started training with Grandmaster Kareem Abdullah in the KA system. He created the American Karate Do system. He has been one of the most prolific tournament competitors of the 20th century, and now I may say, he's won over 10,000 awards and trophies, most of them being first place or grand championships, and he's been on the first nationally sponsored karate team, which was the Budweiser team. He's also been a member of the Trans World Oil team, and he is now captain presently for one of the, shall we say, the best karate sport team put together to this date, which is Team Paul Mitchell. We're talking about truly the one and only, my father in karate, Master Kevin Thompson. How are you, sir?
Oh,
so good to be here with you, sir. So good to be here. And if I may say, Master Thompson has a plethora of accomplishments. He's been a Triple Crown winner of karate sport. Master Thompson, he's been a WACO world champion. He's in the Black Belt Hall of Fame. He's the only competitor to have won a Triple Crown in a nationally sponsored tournament. He's been, and that Triple Crown was in fact in Montreal, Canada. He's been on the cover of several martial arts publications such as Black Belt Magazine, Sport Karate, Inside Kung Fu, Karate Illustrated, things of that nature. And I tell you, sir, as a national and international champion, you've been coast to coast, Europe, England, Russia. He's been doing seminars, giving demonstrations, as well as competing. I mean, he does it all. Sir, how have you been? How have you been? It's so good to be amongst in your presence at this time. But let me get started. Ask you simply, how did you get started, sir?
wow. First of all, I would like to say Bismillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, in the name of God. Obviously, He is the creator of all things, and He allows this to happen.
Yes, sir.
So, again, my peace and blessings. Great. And thank you. Yeah. It's real good to see you. Homecoming to you.
Oh, man, yeah. What a wonderful weekend we've had.
Excellent, brother. And how I got started was by the mere fact of my brother Milo training at the KA system, the Kareem Abdullah system, and coming home and showing me at the tender age of 5 different techniques, how to stand, kicks and punches. You know, when you learn something new, you want to come home and give it to your little brother. And that's what he did with me. And at the tender age of 7, I went into the dojo. And I was a little ahead of the other beginners. So, you know, I picked up very fast I picked up very fast, and back in those days, we were training 5 to 6 days a week. We weren't just training Monday and Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday for an hour. We were training for like 3 and 4 and 5, 6 hours. I knew at one stage of the game we had gotten burned out. We had a very bad fire at our home, and my karate instructor asked if I could come and stay with him. And during that particular time, I did. I went and stayed with my karate instructor, and we would train every night, every day, all night and all day. Even when our house got back together, he had asked if in fact I could stay there with him, because he stayed at the karate school immediately right upstairs. And because we began to gather a father and son relationship, and back at that particular time, I did not have a father in the house. I had father figures, who was my brother Earl and brother Milo.
Yes.
So at that particular time, they were going to the karate school as well. So he just felt as though that, hey, we're all family, so he'll take me. And because we had living arrangements issues, where when we were burned out, everyone was all scattered all over the place. So that was what she wrote, man.
Wow.
And got that opportunity to live right there in the dojo. I can remember when he was in creation of the KA system, and we used to get up, in the middle of the night, 3 and 4 o'clock in the middle of the night, man. Hey, come on, let's train, and we'll start moving off of this music or do that move, or something like that, and it was just a phenomenal time for me, man.
Wow,
so,
what a unique experience. Wow, Master Thompson, and I know at the age of 8, you were deemed the 8th wonder of the world. I mean, what a title for anyone.
Yeah.
But wow, tell me, where did you get the will to win like that?
Well, I guess the competitive spirit is in our family. It's in our family, man. I remember we used to play tops. We used to pitch pennies, man. And I tell you, we used to, play cards. Not necessarily for no great deal of money or anything, but just, even for push-ups. If you lose in pity pad or 21, you would do 25 push-ups, we used to play the game 500, and then whoever got out first, we would start at, 100. You would have to do 100 push-ups. The next one got out, he did 75 or 50, and it was always a competitive spirit. My older brothers always put that competitiveness in the game. Wow. And then my karate instructor was a very good competitor as well. He did not only do karate, he boxed, he shot billiards very well, he played basketball. My instructor taught me a lot of those things as well as my brother Earl and brother Milo, brother Bradford, brother Tyrone, my sister Anita, man. I tell you, we were just a family of competitors, man.
Wow, well,
yeah.
With that kind of background, I tell
and my
you,
mother,
man,
it was
no
in the
wonder,
genes.
yes.
She played baseball, man, and softball back in her days. And she was a fierce little competitor herself.
Isn't that something? That is so nice to hear. So tell me now, tell me, outside of the family now, who were some of your influences in the martial arts?
Well, my immediate influences in the very beginning, who were my brothers, Earl and Milo Thompson. They were East Coast champion, rated #1 and #2.
Wow.
Obviously, my karate instructor I adored and just, thought he was just the absolute, best, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I tried to do everything and emulate everything like him. And that's where I got the name Little KA. And after that, and after I think I had did something really, really special in his eyes, he crowned me with the name the eighth wonder of the world. And
Okay.
everyone always think that Aaron Banks gave me the name eighth wonder of the world, but my
Okay.
instructor gave me the name eighth
Wow.
wonder of the world. And it was a time in which that I was at Madison Square Garden, in which that I was demonstrating, and after I finished demonstrating, the crowd gave me a standing applause, and Aaron Banks says, "Ladies and gentlemen, isn't he a wonder?" And he says, "Yeah, you know, we have 7 wonders of the world. He's the 8th wonder of the world." And everyone thought it was that day, but when in fact my teacher had already given me the name 8th wonder of the world.
Okay, well, you
but
know,
that situation did happen.
Yes.
But you know, my teacher had given me.
wow, and
given me the name.
I did hear about that, so I'm so glad that you straightened that out.
Names, those titles really humble you, especially nowadays. I really didn't think nothing of them at that time, you know.
Yes.
But they really humble you, especially nowadays. You know, you're much older. You know, you can see, you can, you know, understand a little better, and it's just a humbling experience, man. You know, Nasty Anderson, one of my teammates from the Budweiser, you know, and other teams we competed on. And you know, there was one time I was competing, man, and I had won all the events, man, and you know, says, "Oh, he the total package," and then everybody just started calling me the total package.
Okay.
And that was from Nasty Anderson. Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
Nasty, my man.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And tell me, so obviously there's some type of process that you go through. Tell me, how do you prepare your students for this type of enduring this type of competition and being at the top level?
Well, there is something which is called visualization. I know how I prepare myself in the way in which that I prepare myself. I prepare my students the same way.
Okay.
We have several national crowned students out there, national titled students out there at the underbelt divisions, and you know, I speak with them. I train them privately. All who goes on the circuit, I at some point in time let them know that they must meet with me privately, so they can get the true understanding of how to compete on that level. Yeah, I know you've been there.
Yes, sir.
And you're a good competitor yourself, brother.
Yes.
So
Well,
you know, yes.
Sir.
So what we do, obviously, you know, something which is called visualization, and what we try to do is give them at least a head start before the tournament. Not a long head start, because if you have a too much of a head start, like a month or 2 in advance, sometimes you lose sight and that vision, you know, because you have a long day to the tournament.
Yes,
you
yes,
know,
yes,
you're
yes.
constantly training and training, you know, particularly your body and your mind and your spirit for that particular day for the tournament. But I ask them to visualize leading right up to the tournament, a day and or 2, not too much. So it has to be right there, right around the corner.
Right.
So you don't, your visualization is still clear to you.
Yes.
You see, it's clear.
Okay.
So it's in the front of your lobe as opposed to the side or on the angle of your lobe. So it's right in the front, so you still see the visualization.
Yeah.
The visualization is can hopefully be turned into reality.
Absolutely.
It's that in which that you see and keep in front of you, that in which that you remember that much.
Yes, sir.
You
yes,
see,
sir.
so
And I absolutely know this from my own personal experience of going through the visualization training with you, and I must say, absolutely successful with it. And you heard it here from the best of the best. Truly, this is what it takes. This is absolutely what it takes, and I'm so proud to be a part of that. Now, outside of karate, I mean, you would think that this is all you do. Sir, you are a professional educator, sir. I mean, tell me about your profession there. You know, A lot of people don't
Professional
know this about
husband.
you. Professional husband, all these
Professional
things.
father.
Wearing so many hats there.
Absolutely,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
But now you're in the Essex County public school system.
The Newark public school system. Yes.
Okay, the Newark public school system.
Yes, the district is in the Essex County. Yes.
Okay.
Newark public schools system, and I am an assistant AP, which is known as an assistant principal, or VP, which is known as a vice principal.
Okay.
We have what is known as a vice principal,
Yes.
right under the principal.
Excellent, excellent. And
being led and directed by the principal.
I know your expertise is with troubled youth and things of that nature.
Absolutely.
Tell me, how do you influence these troubled youth? And I know for a fact they have no clue as to who you are in your karate world. Because when you put on your educator's hat, that's what you are.
Absolutely.
So tell me, how do you deal with these people?
Well, it's finding a very fine point in which that you can relate to them. And lots of times you have educators who are trying to educate someone who's down here, and the educator is way up here. And there's no meeting of the two. There's no communications. Okay. You're all up here, and or they might be down here and the other student is up here. So you have to meet that student some type of way in which that you can get to him and find out, shall we say, what's his needs.
Yes.
Find out what's his needs. Find out all who are stakeholders in that young man's life. May it be his mother, may it be his girlfriend, may it be her boyfriend,
wow.
may it be her cousin. We have lots of homeless children in our school, wow. Okay, who are, shall we say, conducting, shall we say, their own lives by themselves, living from home to home. Maybe they stay at their girlfriend's or boyfriend's house. Then they stay over their cousin's house. Then they stay over their friend's house. You know, and just coming in like nothing's gone on. Yes. So we have to dig and find out what's troubling our youth and be able to communicate on a pathway in which that can conduct a serious relationship, wow. An open relationship, so we can come together and mend and be on the same plane, and that's when we can get something done.
Wow,
then the method, obviously change from student to student, because yes. One student might have different issues and yes. problems that another student may not have.
Well, that is absolutely amazing, and
it's just like teaching karate.
Yes, well,
you can't teach everybody the front kick the same way, because everybody doesn't learn the same way. Absolutely right. You yes. might need to make adjustments with this student. That student might get it visually. The other student might not get it visually. Okay. You might have to speak it a little bit more and break it a little bit more down. That's why a karate instructor has to be able to be functioning on all pistons. He has to be able to exercise the technique. He has to be able to give the technique from a philosophical point of view. Yes. Because you have different learners. You got the visual learner, you got the kinesthetic learner, you got the auditory learner, you see? Okay. The hearing, you see?
Yes,
right?
Yes,
so, the karate instructor has to be able to formulate in all areas. We have a saying out of our black belt readings, and you should know this. The concept is known as push and pull.
Yes.
Okay, push
yes,
and
sir.
pull.
Yes, sir.
From the book of 3 Golden Pearls by Thomas M. White. And it said, pushing is from behind, which deals with motivation. Let's go. Good job. Excellent. Oh, and yes, good. Push. Motivate your students. Be able to motivate your students. Yeah. Be able to have language in which that get your students up. Get them riled up. Get them energized. Get them motivated, so they are prepared and ready to learn. And then the pulling, shall we say, comes from the front. You have to be able to demonstrate. You have to be able to exercise a leadership in which that is in none other. Pushing from the back, pulling from the front. I'm pulling. You got to be in front. You can't pull from the back.
Yeah.
You're pulling them backwards. No, I want to pull you forward.
Whoa.
So I have to be that leader. You see, I have to be able to start class on time, be there on time. I have to be able to be that image in which that he looks out of the side of his eye. And when I think he's not watching me, he's watching me. And I have to do the right things.
Wow.
I can't be out on the corner smoking and drinking and doing all that other nonsense.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You see, so that push and pull concept of an individual giving off an education holistically.
Whoa,
everything
and as I sit here, I humbly sit here before you, knowing that everything you just mentioned, I've experienced.
Absolutely.
Because, I've been through the fire.
That's
and,
right.
You're so true to the cause.
Most.
So true to the cause, and I have nothing but admiration for that.
Most.
And it's just an honor to have been there with you. Now, just to go into your family world. Okay, tell me about your family, your lovely wife, Sheena, wonderful wife. I remember the day you met.
Yes.
Well, I remember when you met Sheena. It happened to be outside in front of the dojo. I happened to be passing by and I saw you got out, and I met her myself, but not knowing that this was going to be
my future wife.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Tell me about the family.
Well, I tell you, they say wherever there's a good man, there's a good woman.
Yes,
where there's a good woman, there's a good man.
Yeah.
And we shadow each other, and I am just so thankful for my lovely wife, Sheena, coming into my life.
Absolutely.
And taking a position in my life at the time in which that I was, just getting out of a divorce, actually.
Right,
and,
I remember the days, yes,
so,
yes.
So, and ironically, she had just gotten out of a divorce.
Right.
Wow, so it was like, made to be.
Yes,
to be,
yes,
man.
yes.
And so, she came, she helped me out with all the clerical work in the dojo.
Yes.
They say those teams are something else, those husband and wife teams with the karate school. It is, man. And if you want to present that family front and nurture your organization as a family, your wife and the husband is right there exercising good food for thought. It's an awesome set, man.
Yes,
I have several children, and the two who are staying with me at this particular time are the ones that are KJ and Kashay.
Absolutely,
and they're all over with me, man. So
yes.
And
now, speaking of your children, I've watched their successes.
Yes.
They've grown to be outstanding individuals themselves, and no surprise to that. And I mean, to the point where I actually heard you yesterday. We happened to have had our training camp.
That's right.
It was a wonderful
Food
day
Fest.
and Food Fest. But you did mention how how proud you were of your kids. It was so wonderful to hear that, because they have lived up to every expectation you put before them.
That's right.
How incredible is that?
Yeah, well, it's very incredible, man, because today, in the 21st century, you have a lot of these children who are doing their own thing.
Yes.
All across Facebook, looking at TV 24/7, and I just thank the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He gave me children and who could be very respectful and be very disciplined and follow, shall we say, the plan in which that we've put in front of them. And my two, I really tell you, man, I am very, very proud of all of them.
Absolutely.
All of them. And all of them are doing very well. All of them are focused in school. They are focused in all their sports and things. it's just a phenomenal feat, man. And when you can, exercise the development of children of
Yes.
your own,
Of your own.
especially like I say in this day and time,
Yes.
you're doing a good job. I do believe that again, my wife is a huge, a cause of that happening. Because I spend a lot of time here at the dojo,
Right.
competing and things of that nature. But when I'm there, I do my part and I get it in. So
Absolutely, man.
absolutely.
And I must say, I over the years I've watched the growth, and I'm so pleased with everything. I mean, you truly live everything you speak upon.
Thank you.
It's so good to see that. And speaking about competition and being here at the dojo regularly and things of that nature, 2011, you retired, sir. Wow, 40 plus years of going at it strong. And I must say, we miss you out there.
Yes, yes.
Tell me, how does it feel? Have you had any desire to get back out there? What's it been like? We're in July of 2011 right now. What's it been like for you, sir?
Well, it's been a lot of hard work. I took on the opportunity to become a vice principal at my school, Barringer High School, and I did not expect all of the paperwork, and it's a huge amount of paperwork. I'm one who looks at getting things done in a fine fashion, in a successful fashion. And if it calls for me to put in the overtime, I'm there to do that, especially when I take on a project. This is a very serious project, dealing with our children in the community here. There's nothing in which that I wouldn't do at this particular time to make it happen for them, and I have. And that's why it has taken a toll on, shall we say, my training for competition. I had to take a couple of days off of teaching from the dojo, and my wife understands exactly where we are in terms of moving the school in the direction in which that the principal wishes to move it in, and I have to be on board. All cylinders have to be working and firing.
Absolutely.
So I believe that the time that I need to give to that particular job wouldn't deserve the time that I had to give to it.
Yes.
And it doesn't deserve it. So it deserved more time, so I had to find ways to cut other things down, and so be it. I had come to a point where, I was getting ready to move to the next division, which was 50 and over.
Right.
And I pretty much told myself, I says, wow, I've won every tournament, every pretty much accolade, and, so I said, wow, let me focus on education and try to really get this done. And there were nights in which that I've spent at the school, working on programs, at meetings and things, 10 o'clock at night, and going home, at 11 and having to, eat dinner and then go to bed and wake up again at 5 or 6 o'clock and, do it all over again. So, it's a very serious part. It's not just going in there and collecting a paycheck. I don't do that. There's many times when I've had to have the secretary come down or call me, Mr. Thompson, your check is here. It's Friday, because when I go to work, I work. I work. I'm a hands-on guy, and that's what it's about. You have to be hands-on.
Clearly, you do nothing halfway.
Absolutely.
I can attest to that. I tell you, and there's so many things we can talk about. And what I will be doing is periodically I will be coming and spending time with you, getting close with you, knowing you as I know you. this was so necessary. I want you out there to see the individual here. We're talking a man that wears so many hats. This is what masters of the martial arts are truly about. You know, they're fathers, they're instructors, they're competitors, they're hard workers, they're business owners. They are teachers of men and women all across the board. Listen, man, I commend you. I love you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I admire all that you've done. You've been a great influence on me, and I'm so appreciative to have this time with you. I look forward to more times in the future.
Definitely.
And I want to put this out there again, and I hope some of you have gotten some things out of this. And again, if nothing else resonates, you know, clearly hard work is the key. And I tell you, I wouldn't be the person I am had it not been for this individual here, Master Kevin Thompson, being on me. And I'm so proud to say that, because I feel like I'm truly coming into my own being the best I can be, and it's all because of the training and the positivity behind it.
Excellent.
There's no secret, there's no magic pill or anything, and I get up and I put my work in on a daily because of you, sir.
Excellent.
And I want to thank you, sir, for the interview, and look forward to more times with you in the future, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's good. I would like to just give a shout out.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming and giving this interview. This was an awesome interview, man.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate it. And secondly, I want to give all my team Paul Mitchell a shout out. My coach and executive teammate Steve, Coach Don Rodriguez, and Steve, and all you other guys, all the other players. Just want to say, what's up, man? Y'all stay strong, and let's take this thing out this year. All right?
All right.
Absolutely.
That's that competitive spirit. It
my
never
wife,
dies.
my children, everyone, my brothers, Earl and Milo, Brad, Nita, Deborah, everybody, my instructors, all you guys, all my mentors out there, all my friends, all my partners, all you students out there. Absolutely. It's a family affair.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
All my martial art family. You know, I just want to say thank all of you guys from Newark all across the world, man. Absolutely.
Wow.
So I just want to say thank you, all you guys out there, strong. And, you know, they've always said, you know, it takes a village to raise a child, man. So everyone has a little piece in there, man.
Wow.
Absolutely. Everybody have a little piece in there,
That
man.
is truly incredible.
Absolutely.
And
so thank everybody. Allahu Akbar.
Alhamdulillah.
Allah's God. That's
that
right.
is so wonderful to hear. And I tell you, sir, it's just truly an honor.
Yes.
I'm so honored, and I look forward to the future.
Good, my brother.
Allahu Akbar.
Good.
Yes, sir.